What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to KvltDeFi. This is the channel where we bring you the latest and greatest in innovations in tech in decentralized finance. More specifically, it's usually on Pulse Chain, even more specifically in the Dev Jacob ecosystem. And that's why we are bridging out into BNB chain today. We have an absolute banger coming up here. I'm actually really excited about this. Some of you might know I streamed with Don Richie. I think it was 2 weeks ago, it was a week ago. I do so many streams, I've lose track really. And in that short period of time, he has created a character. We did that on stream. That evening, he set up a family called the Black Thistles. And literally in that week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is right now, Richie and his family have managed to get themselves into the 4th position. So they're top 4 family, which means they are guaranteed a weekly payment from the vault as soon as we go live. And those numbers, as we know, are getting higher and higher and higher and higher, right? We will go through the website and look at the vault and all that's good stuff in a minute. But first, I mean, let's bring the man up.
Hello,
how you doing, Richie?
Very well, very well, very well.
Hey,
that was a nice introduction.
Good. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, hey, you're absolutely on fire, man.
Yeah, it's been a good, I think it's been about 10 days, because we did the stream on a Friday evening. So it's been, about 10 days. It's all happened very fast, but
yeah, it has, yeah. No, it's great. It's great. I mean, I have to say, managing, because I think you went from pretty much just starting the family until at 7th place, like within a couple of hours, I think. And then you were sort of floating between 6 and 5 for a while. And now, I mean, it looks like you've cemented yourself into 4th position.
It's pretty good. We've got like about 20,000 points of worth above the Yakuza. Yeah. So it's looking pretty good, actually, for now. But let's see. It's a pretty intense game, I found out in the last 10 days. So
it is, yeah. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I'm really enjoying it. So personally, I've just been DCAing into the crates for the last 10 days. But as I understand it, all of the business items have been claimed now, which is a big thing. So I might start DCAing MAFIA token instead. I think is my individual strategy for going ahead. I think.
Nice. I know that in the beginning, you were basically giving out keys, right, to new family members. So anyone that joined got a free key to get them started.
Yeah, that was my onboarding strategy. So I had some keys were gifted to me, which was really nice after we did the stream. So someone said, "Oh, great to have you on board," and gave me some keys. And then I bought about 25 keys myself. And yeah, we just gave them out to our family. A lot of the family came from my already existing community. So I knew most of the people who were already joining, which was good. And also got some new people, which is always great too, who want to play the game. I'm just looking at the family now. So from when I gave the keys, it looks like only about 5 people have not done much since the start there. So they got to get going. But pretty much all the others have really gotten going with it. So it's good to see them enjoying the game and building their worth. And we've seen them a lot of engagement. Yeah, exactly. We've seen a lot of engagement in the telegrams as well from your guys. So, and I think that's great. One of the things that we like to talk about with this game really is it's not just obviously the GameFi part itself, but the social aspect of it, right? There's a lot of friendships being made now, and probably a lot of enemies too as we get further down the line. But for now, yeah. I mean that's the part and parcel of the game, isn't it? But for now, people are really enjoying it. What sort of things are you doing like now, or you say you have your own strategy, but what sort of family strategies do you have? So in terms of our family, the initial strategy was give a key to everyone who wants to play, so that they could get to know the unboxing, because that's always a fun part of a game, right? In my opinion. And once we caught them in, then of course some people find this style of game very exciting and addictive, and they, along with me, were buying up more of the crates, more of the keys to open crates. So we had a couple whales join into the family, which was great, who really went mental
and found a lot of items. One, Elon Musk, he managed to find, oh, he's hidden his inventory now, smart guy. But I believe he found about 4 business items, bullet factories, and he found 2 roulette tables, and yeah, just endless amounts. He was just, we made a Telegram group, private one, for the Black Thistles a little bit after joining, and then he just started sending in all his unboxings, and it was quite something, really. Now, on top of that, I've done one other video to try reach out to other people to join, not necessarily my family, because I'm quite similar to you in a way that I'm happy if they join my family. I'm also happy if they create their own family or just play individually, because really what we want from BNB MAFIA is for more people to onboard into the game, which will ultimately make it way more successful upon launch. So I also reached out to Crypto Cuban, who I think you were also talking to, right? And, so he's created his own family as well, which is great. So seeing him joining the game as well, and I have a couple other YouTubers, or what would you call them, KOLs, who might be interested as well. So I'm, warming them up.
Great.
To the idea.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, because I think it's a great way of, if you have a community already, it's a great game that you can invite your community into play. It doesn't cost a whole lot to get started. It's very cheap to start. And then it's the player's decision how much they want to invest, if they want to invest their time or their money, That's another thing I explained to my family was, if you don't want to invest money into the game, then you can invest other things. You could invest, you could start making art for the game. You could start creating slogans, like do anything that you think is, or reaching out to people that have deeper pockets than you, and then you can speak to them and see if they want to join the family. There's lots of other things to do, just to get the game pushed forward. So
yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much my strategy, and dominate.
Well, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the social media part, the content creation and getting it out there on all the social channels really is a massive push. We are seeing it, right? I think we probably have a good 15 people, I would say, that are constantly creating X content. They're constantly out there retweeting, and they're in other streams, and they're letting people in other streams know. They're advertising the telegrams, all that sort of stuff. But you know what it's like. It's only a matter of time before it starts to snowball, and then when it does snowball, it becomes a different animal altogether.
Yeah, exactly right. That's the most exciting time, especially if you've already got your bags packed and you're just sitting, waiting for takeoff. Basically, is the greatest. It's the greatest feeling sometimes in crypto. I'm confident that will happen as well with MAFIA, for sure. We'll start, I guess, as we start getting closer to the target for the vault. It will just start building and building. So,
well, we know now. Yes, that the business items are gone at the moment. So I think now people are starting to look into the exchange. I don't know if you messed around with the exchange yet. Yeah,
I bought some stuff. I've been doing some OTC. I got some OG NFTs, and I bought some. I think I got some helper credits from the OTC trade. I think that was where I got them. But yeah, it's pretty good actually. The exchange.
Actually, I just want to say this. I'm not sure that, because we've got a few people in here. I know this is being streamed on my channel, on your channel, on X, on Twitch. It's all over the place. So if there are any people here right now that might not really that haven't really looked into, for example, the OG NFTs, I do just want to let people know that the OG NFTs are really limited. Like they're really on BNB, there's 578 of them only, right? So if you want to have a character that has a player plus profile, so you hide your inventory, the only way you can get these is literally if you're sort of a new person to the game, is to buy them off the market or to get lucky enough to find one in the crate. So I can really see the OG NFTs themselves, for as long as people want to keep their profiles secret from other players, the value of those things are going to start going through the roof.
Yeah, that's true. What is it, 90 days that they work for?
Yeah, 90 days. So basically, if you activate your player plus profile, you get an RNG for the amount of
free keys that you will get on a monthly basis for those 3 months. And I think it's from 2 until 10.
Nice. So you get free keys as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get free keys. So I mean, it pays for itself, shall we say? But that's only for now. I can really foresee a future where, you know, we have 2,000, 5,000 players fighting over 500 NFTs that get burned. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. When they get burned, do more get minted, or is that them finished?
No, that's them finished at the moment. But I think that something will have to be done regarding the ones you can get, the ones you can win inside the keys, inside the crates. There's going to have to be something, because they're going out of fashion, really, you know, in really, really, really quickly. We have almost 3 times as many over on Pulse.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So these things they're going to be really, really in high demand. And we've seen over the last couple of days, I've seen in the Telegram, there are people out there actually trying to do their own OTC deals in the Telegram for these NFTs, you know.
Interesting. It seems like on the exchange, the Godfather is listing them. He's listed.
Yeah,
1, 2,
the
3,
Godfather
4, 5,
is Jacob.
Okay. So he's selling them on. It's a good idea.
Yeah, passing them on to people.
Opportunity. Yeah, because I bought one for 20,000 MAFIA. I'm just looking up, which is a good
nice.
deal.
That's peanuts, really.
Yeah, exactly.
20,000 MAFIA is what? It's like $10.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought,
Jesus, more of those, please, Jacob.
yeah. Someone else said Mad King bought one for 10,000 as well.
Yeah. The Mad King. I think that was one of Bob's.
Okay.
Bob Tiller the Hunt. That was one of his alts, I think.
Interesting.
Let's just jump into the chat here. I can see there's a bunch of people in here at the minute. Who have we got? So we've got Emmett says, remember to like and subscribe. Yes, please. On my and Richie's YouTubes, on the X channel, if you're watching on Twitch, thanks very much for joining us on Twitch. Just share this around, right? We need to get this in front of as many sets of eyes as possible. And that way we all win, right? This game is going to win. We want to try and get it there faster, thicker and faster.
Yeah, very true.
Matt says there can only be one Don of Dons.
That's quite true.
And he shall be called Donald. Oh, we got Archie in the house. Hey, Archie, how you doing? Anyone that doesn't know, that video Archie that we played at the start was created by Archie. He's absolutely on fire with all these videos.
He's got some talent.
He has indeed. Matt is getting into it with someone. All right, he's getting into it with Archie. The key, all right, I'm not going to go through all of their back and forth because there's quite a lot. Dante Investment says, woohoo. Crypto Furio, hey, welcome, Crypto Furio. Hello, everyone. Ryan M says, morning, all the Black Thistle familia. Yes. The Black, you've got like 39 members, 40 members or something now?
39 right now, yeah. So
that's
still
great.
Still looking to onboard, but now because we've beefed up to 39, and I was reading up on what happens when the game goes live, and it looks like I'm going to have a shit ton of keys to house everyone. So still onboarding, but now I want to onboard players who actually want to play. So if there are people who want to actually play the game and bring some worth to it, then definitely interested in having a conversation. So let's see how that one goes, because always looking for new talent, though. Build up the family.
Exactly.
Bring your bodyguards.
Well, that's the thing as well, right? There's a few people literally that are. I think one of the strategies that was going around that I remember discussing with some of the guys about a month ago. They were saying that even though yes, you have your character, your main character. You obviously, as a Don, you have Richie Muschief or a lot of the other guys. What they will do, they'll take some of their assets and they'll create another character, and they'll put, for example, they might store all of their cars with one character and give them a bunch of bodyguards, or maybe you'll have one account, one profile, which will be your offensive account. So it'll have all your bodyguards, with all your bullets. And then you'll have another one, which has all your defensive bodyguards. Because remember, if someone attacks you, you need, if you basically have to be able to protect yourself and maybe go on the offensive as well. So there's a bunch of different strategies that you can do around that too. Esteban Aguilar says, hello, family. Hey, Mike, Crypto Cuban. So anyone that doesn't know, this is the Don of the Warriors, another new family, and I will be streaming with him on Friday.
The Warriors. Yep, currently number 7, so they're coming up as well. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
so I think those guys are predominantly drip community, right? Ex-drip people.
Yeah, they have a small private DAO, which I'm actually part of as well, called the Warrior DAO, where they work on projects that their aim is to try and bring drip back, essentially, is to give, because now drip is essentially a community-run project. So they're trying to bring it back by building different kind of games. They have one called Drip Marble Run and another one coming out very soon, which I'll be covering on the channel as well, actually. So I'll be covering that one quite soon. So looking forward to that one as well. So, but they're good guys and they like to crypto, essentially,
Well, they're in the right place then.
Yeah, they're tight knit. It's a small DAO, and that's the best. Like it's invitation only one that they run, and very active, and they have a lot of ideas. And I'm pretty sure that it's like BNB Mafia is a perfect game for them because they like to strategize these, strategize and make plans to try and get the best out of something. So I think they'll do really well in Mafia. Actually, got my eye.
Great. Great. Well, that's it. Well, one of the things that we do know about this game, right? That the directorate. So basically, the syndicate, the Yakuza, the Illuminati, and the hustlers. 4 different families, but they're all kind of really one family with one real Don, one Don above them all. That is one way to play the game. Just create multiple families and try and take as many of those top positions as you can with those families. Another way then is through allegiances. And I know there's sort of early on, you got, when you created the family, you kind of got approached by a few different people for allegiances, right?
I had a bunch of offers for allegiances, yeah.
Okay, and any interesting ones?
Well, I got one today from the OG Alliance, actually. They invited me.
All right, that's Bob.
Yeah, it is, yeah. That's Bob.
Oh, okay. Actually, we might as well bring him on board then. Hello, Bob.
What's going on? Hello, gentlemen.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Just chatting away to Richie here about allegiances and how important they are.
Well, I'm just glad that Richie's here. If you just look at the price and you look at the activity we've had, I mean, it's amazing what Richie's family's done. And
now we're a small part.
And I just found out that Elon Muschief is a neighbor of mine, just lives across the river.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't put a hit out.
Well, us Southerners have to work together, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Elon. So this Elon G. Muschief, he has a bunch of business, all right? He went on a mad crate frenzy to get these business out. I think he might have got some of the very last ones as well, because if I'm just looking down here now at the family, I can see this. Yeah. So basically, he has a bullet factory roulette table. So actually, he got the roulette table in Bogota where you guys are, but he has a bullet factory but from Medellin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
But you're quite lucky, actually. You've got a bullet factory in Bogota for yourself as well through a different player from Agib Pro. So, yeah, I mean, you seem to have, I think that's one of the reasons why you guys went flying up through those ranks. Those business items they're absolute gold dust.
I know. I was trying to match his key buying, but every time I was opening a crate, I was getting, the lowest possible item over and over again. Damn chain link.
Random number generator is a cruel mistress.
Yeah, it can be. But yeah, I did get an offer today to join the OGs. The OG Alliance was the offer I got. I believe it's from you, Bob, right?
It's from Lucky Ardon, but yeah.
From Lucky. Okay. Well,
You can share your screen there, Richie, if you want.
Yeah, sure. Let me find it. One second. Sorry, dead air. No one wants dead air. There we go. I believe it's sharing now. You might have to add it. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, it's an invitation there. The plot thickens. So by joining the OG Alliance, so what would be the elevator pitch for the OG Alliance? That's what I want to know. You know, what's the elevator pitch?
Well, the thing is, right now we're the #1 family and I'm the #1 player, but again, that's all subject to change. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to put you into a corner. We're not trying to limit your family. If you want to take the #1 position, you're more than welcome to. The OGs were formed with the basic idea that everybody should be able to play the game and enjoy it. And so that's been our mission from day one. And over time, we've accumulated more businesses than any other family. We've got cities on all of the major trade routes in the game. If you join our alliance, you're going to be safe in any of our cities. So we've got 5 or 6 cities already. So, wow. Like I said, if you join us and you're in Bogota, you're going to be just as safe as if you travel to Las Vegas and have the same defensive capabilities in Las Vegas that you have in Bogota. So the main thing is smuggling is going to be a huge thing that's going to generate a ton of profit for people in the game. And so having a good trade route and having access to narcotics factories, having access to booze warehouses, having access to bullet factories, is going to be very beneficial to you. And I can tell you, you won't find another alliance in the game that's going to give you more of access to more different cities and more different regions. And so I guess that's probably our biggest sales pitch. And we're never going to demand a tribute from you. We're never going to make you pay us a vault share. We're never going to do any of that mess. We want you to play the game. We want you to be successful. And we just want to work with you and just help promote you and your family. And like I said,
there are two. So there's 2 allegiances, right, in the game at the moment. That's correct, right?
Yes, and I would advise you to do your own research. If you have any questions, you can just look in the chat, and you can see what
in the chat.
You can see what the leader of the other alliance, what his goals are, and what he wants. And that's what
they're in the comments right now. They said they will stab you in the back. He says, I'm boarding a wrecked train.
Yes, and he's going to say that. And he had spies in our family, and they reported back to him that you might be considering joining us. And ever since that's happened, he's gone completely nuts in the chat. And so he's going to say everything he can bad about us. And like I said, you can choose to believe him if you want to, but hopefully the more time you spend in this game, you'll see what Archie's true motivations are in this game. And that's the whole reason we formed the game, is so that he couldn't dominate it. And that's the whole reason we formed the OGs.
Yeah, so that's why actually was we've moved around the question enough. So I am going to accept this offer actually, because I think from someone joining this game 10 days and getting a lot of DMs from a lot of players and a lot of advice, but I would say that Bob is the one who's given me the most advice and unbiased advice. He shared with me good and bad strategies, multiple strategies, giving me a load of information, and also in the Black Thistles as well. He's helped a lot of people with explaining the game again and again and again, because it can't get repetitive, right? I have to do this as well with my channel. When someone asks about a project.
And that's the big thing, is this is not a game of checkers. It's a very complicated strategy game. And so there's a lot of things to consider. And that's the thing, is if I can help you with any of that and work with you, it's going to benefit your family and mine. And so that's what we want, is just a spirit of cooperation. And our biggest thing is we want peace through strength. We want to build the strongest alliance so that if anybody even dares think they're going to attack any of our members, they're going to have to really be careful. And
well, we're in. We joined.
Very good. And we appreciate it, and we look forward to it.
Okay, well, there we go. Wow.
Yeah. It was a good pitch.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm just excited. I know what you guys have, and I've researched you, and I think you're going to be a huge addition to this game. And you bring a lot of resources and a lot of great community, and we're really looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, me too. Actually, me too. That's because my aim for this game is the way that I always believe in crypto is that the best thing that you can do in any crypto project is to onboard as many people as possible into the game. If you do that, then everyone wins. So of course we're going to have a lot of fun once the game launches, and we're going to have to strategize how to protect ourselves and not lose our assets, because then that would be a disaster.
Exactly.
But at the same time, the art of war is very fun as well. I just hope it keeps clean and doesn't get too personal, because it's not what it's about for me.
No, it's not fun if you're under a constant threat, or you're being ridiculed and threatened all the time. It just doesn't make it fun. So, like I said, different people have different ways of playing, but ours is just try to get the most we can. There's 50 different ways you can make money in this game. Why not make money and have fun? That's been our biggest philosophy from the start.
Yeah, it's a good way to say it as well. Yeah. So what do you think, KvltDeFi? Was it a good choice? What's your opinion?
Okay, I've said this from the beginning, and I will repeat it again. I am here to promote the entire game as it goes. I don't really have any say over. Because the thing is, one thing I've noticed, right? If we look at the syndicate and we look at the directorate, okay, they've actually set up a bunch of different families sort of under their one umbrella to try and get those top spots. It's kind of a completely different strategy from the OGs, right? Because the OGs literally was, okay, how can we get control over everything that we need in order to do these smuggling routes? The smuggling routes. But the very first time I ever spoke to Bob, it was one thing that he was very adamant about, about getting the cheap drugs somewhere, controlling that area, controlling the entire smuggling route, and then maybe, doing some deals with some of the other families, in order to try and progress the whole game as a go. Archie and his guys are really all about domination, I think. But I know that they work on strategy since the very beginning. They work on such an in-depth strategy, which I'm not privy to. Obviously, I mean, I'm not a member of any family, so I don't know the ins and outs. But what I do know is having these two different strategies can work together. I mean, it can't. Literally, everyone can play on this nice playing field. But I think that when the map comes out and we can actually see who is close to each other in relation to different headquarters and who controls different resources through the land tiles. Land tiles is going to be something. That's going to throw a spanner in everyone's works. I think personally. I think every single one of you out there, every single people listening, different players, everyone has a strategy, but if some big players come in and they just start buying up land and controlling all the land in your areas, and maybe they don't want to play ball with you guys, then that's when the game takes a completely different turn,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're still so early. There's so many things coming, and stuff we think we know now is going to change. So it's going to be interesting for sure. And like I said, that's the main thing, is we just want to make sure that we're surrounded and engaged with good, strong people in the game. And so we couldn't be happier to be associated with the Black Thistles. So
yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys are kind of aligned in the different strategies that you have moving forward, right? You have similar goals, so I mean, it absolutely makes sense to follow that sort of trajectory, Just jump into the chat here. Let's see what people are saying about this. Matt says hi from Argentina. Matt also says, do hot dog stands generate bullets after launch? Hot dog stands will generate you cash. Yeah, hot dogs, which you would sell your hot dogs, right? Here we go. Yeah, now we're getting to it. Gotta love the rivalries. Should we put for sale what we've got in order to protect our assets? I don't really understand that question. Should we put for sale what we got on order?
I think he's saying if you put it in the marketplace, it can't be taken from you if you die, because it's technically not in your inventory. So that's one way that you could potentially protect your assets, is to put them up for sale because they move out of your inventory.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know now, right, with the update that we got on the testimonials, we know now that, you know, if you in the case of your death, you can will certain items to another player, right? So, you know, basically you can will them sort of to yourself, and you recover some of your assets in the case of your death.
Yeah, and that's where cars were such a big item, and they still are, but they're not quite as good as they used to be, but they still can be a way for you to protect your wealth.
Mm-hmm. We got here, Darren said, history in the making right here. Glad we have aligned with the OGs.
Yes.
Glad to have
history has been made.
There you go. Them OGs, they're in it for friendship. I like it. Yeah, I mean, Bob has sort of had that mentality from the very first time I spoke to him, right? It's about, you know, try and elevate the game for everyone, make sure everyone has a good time. You know? Yes, guns and bullets will definitely protect your assets, but bodyguards are hugely important. Do not underestimate the power of your bodyguards, especially because you can rank them up too.
Colt, do you know, can you just have one bodyguard per profile?
No, you can, because you can rank up, right? So you can have a bunch of 10s.
Right, but like, like for my Bob Tilla character, can he have like 10 level 10 francs?
Yeah, I mean, you can, yeah.
But do you get the same? I was reading, and it looked like you could only really have one working for you at a time.
One at a time, yeah. So
right.
Let's just say you get attacked, right? So it's going to take the health away from one of your bodyguards, right? I don't even think it takes the health away. I think it just ranks them down again. You know, like, so you could say like 60% of your bodyguard strength is gone in that attack, but you manage, you know, because you have offensive, or maybe you more bullets, or you're just stronger, or maybe just you're looking through the RNG, that character couldn't kill you. But I'm not sure about the cooldown in case of attack. I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah, because it's a long time, and that's what I was wondering. So you would need several so that you could activate the one that's cooling down. But
because I remember having a conversation. I think Jacob actually said this on stream with somebody. I think he said that. I'm trying to remember it now. I'm pretty sure it was maybe when I was on with Kool-Aid and GIF, and Jacob popped on, and I think he was saying that with the bodyguards, I can't remember now.
Yeah, well, if someone's confused, well, it'd be I mean, the bodyguard, what is it there? Johnny, Jim, Sam, what's the other
Frank.
One? Frank. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Johnny works with connections. Yeah, they all have different skills, basically, right?
Yeah.
Your bodyguards, right? So Johnny works with connections. Jim with economy. Where's the docs? Here. Sam is offensive and Frank is defensive, right? So, for example, here I'm looking at Johnny. So Johnny being connections, it's pretty handy. But if you're worried about your stuff, I guess you just have to back as many Franks as possible. Possibly.
Yeah, Franks is the one that's probably the most valuable in terms of protecting you. And then if you want to go out and get hitman, then that's where your Sam is going to be the big one. And so the level 10 Sams and the level 10 Franks are really big. And if you look at their value, they're worth more than some of the business objects, actually.
Yeah. So what does connections mean for the Johnny?
They haven't really put it out yet, so I don't really know exactly. I think probably what I'm hoping is if you have an alliance, he's able to work between your cities and maybe get you some better deals on some of the returns you get from your businesses. I know
Here we go. Jacob just jumped on and he said, one bodyguard activated at a time. If it dies, you either activate now or start ranking up. Yes, that's what he was saying on that stream. I remember now. He basically said that if you need a bodyguard, if you're desperate for a bodyguard, you're not probably going to have an opportunity. But if you don't have one, you're going to have to buy one from the marketplace. Right, so we're increasing buy pressure. But what other people have decided to do is with a separate account, start, stock up on these different bodyguards. And in case one of your characters need one, you can literally just transfer the item to them and it can start working. That was the conversation that we had.
Yeah, because if you look at the cooldown times on those bodyguards, it's like several days.
Yeah,
that they're gone, that they're inactive. So if you only got one, you're going to be in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, and then it forces you then to buy one off the marketplace. So we can see the prices of everything that's on the marketplace right now. I mean, it's just pie in the sky, right? We're kind of making an educated guess on what we know so far. But I think these prices are far from what they're going to end up at. I think every single item on the marketplace, I think, is undervalued personally. Way undervalued because we don't know how important they are. So you just buy yourself some more bodyguards. Good man, Richie.
Escargot's going to be crying in about 6 months. He's going to realize
just in case
exactly how much money he lost by selling cheap.
Yeah, here we go. So Jacob says in a family wartime, you don't have enough time to rank up your new ones. For example, the cooldown. So you just have to pull one that's already there. So it absolutely makes sense to have a few different characters, and some of them specialize in different things. Some places where you can maybe hide some of your inventory as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, you have a bodyguard, you're going to need bullets. If it's an offensive one, you're going to need bullets and a gun. If it's a defensive one, you're probably going to need health, all that sort of stuff. So it all really ties in together.
Yeah, it's a very intricate game, and it takes some time to really strategize, and just when you think you got it figured out, that's when Jacob changes everything on you. So
we didn't talk about this as well. It'd be since that bottom was the double dip bottom there.
Yeah,
it's about 100, 150, 170% up. The price on MAFIA. It's great rebound, but still
nice looking little bull flag there too.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, the whole market's pulled back in the past couple of days. I was really regretting not getting a lot more of this as it was reaching that peak, but I've been patient, and now I'm just waiting for this to bottom out, and I'm going to start scooping up as more MAFIA, I think, because the market cap's tiny for the utility that the game's offering. It's wild, absolutely wild. Yeah.
There's so much possible upside on this. Just with a few more players who like we saw in the last couple of weeks, people who are absolutely hammering, not just stocking up on MAFIA, but they're in the crates, trying to open as many things as they can, trying to get themselves leveled up to people that have been in the game now for a few months, right, a couple of months. It's about getting there as quick as you can, really, to secure your positions, and especially, like I said, look, these market price items are crazy. We even saw the stuff that Jacob was putting up for the OTC deals. Like there's some real good deals to be had out there.
Yeah, Archie got an OG NFT for like 5 in-game cash. Crazy.
That's just a gift.
Pretty much gave it to him for free, I think.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Interesting question. Sorry. Okay. Sorry there. Any word on how many bullets can be expected to be used per battle, Jacob? Sorry, while we wait for Jacob to get back to us, what we send there, Richie?
It was about the staking of MAFIA, right? Because I went in and basically bought a bag and staked 100% of it just because new to the game, saw a button, pressed it, right? But then I started thinking, because it is I've got quite a lot of experience with a fixed, because it's a fixed percentage APR, right? That you're getting 0.5, is that right?
Yeah,
that's right. Which is a really good daily APR.
It is really good, but it makes me actually want to hold more of the MAFIA token liquid and staking, probably 50-50 roughly, because probably with the continued inflation that's going to happen up until when those tokens are unlocked, right, upon game launch, that will cause probably cause a large dip in the price, because some people will have been staking there for a very long time and will want to skim some profit off it. But my idea would be, once this gets closer to all-time high, is that the opportunity to sell on the way up is going to be so lucrative. It's going to be unbelievable. Like I can foresee it now, and then once the game launches, you already have your stake MAFIA. You play with that, and you've already taken your profit from trading the excitement. This is my current strategy. I'm thinking about the MAFIA token.
Well, the other thing you need to remember, Richie, is there's going to be another use case for MAFIA staking, and that's going to be the businesses in the map. And in order for you to run your business in the map, you're going to have to stake MAFIA. So there's a whole other staking mechanism involved in the game. So that's the genius of what Jacob's done, is he's given MAFIA multiple staking uses, which just decreases the circulating volume, and of course will make the price go up even higher. So it's well designed.
That's smart, because you want to keep as much of the tokens as possible locked out in supply, which is key definitely for pumponomics, continue to rise the price. But I think I'll still stick with that though, because I can really see a huge opportunity for this chart just flying once we get the FOMO for when the launch is, even when the mat comes, actually the chart will reflect that positively for sure.
Big time.
Yeah.
So Jacob, we go back to, and he said, in answer to that question about the bullets, yes, there will be a cap of how many bullets are used per attack. And then he followed up with, you need to own ability to have a weekly withdrawal for your family stake. This gives a balanced output of the stake tokens. One thing I love about all of Jacob's projects basically is he finds a way to lock up the tokens. Lock up as much as supply as possible. I think it was with BNB pot when that launched. I think we had something like 65 or 67 or maybe even 69% of the entire supply was staked at one stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Bob's being hit.
Archie's turned up at his house.
Bob.
So with your guys, are you in your family? Because obviously I'm in some of your Telegram chats.
Yes,
I can see how you guys get on. There aren't really that many people, I think, that are confused about the wiki. Considering that, realistically, like from beginning to now, they're probably about 10 days really to come to terms with it. Obviously, there's a lot of content out there that they can watch about this too, so they can get privy to what other people are saying about the game. But have you guys been using the MAFIAHQ.com, which Archie set up?
It is. I've been using MAFIA Game Gitbook. This is what I've been. I didn't know about the MAFIA HQ, but this is a Bible. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
The resource in here is absolutely unbelievable. What's it? MAFIAHQ.com.
MAFIA-HQ.com. But it is actually in there. It's in that banner there for anyone that wants to look at it. So basically, we know the wiki that we're looking at now is like how you actually use what the game is, how you use the game, what the game is going to look like. That is not it.
No, I couldn't find it.
Put the dash between MAFIA and HQ.
Yeah, MAFIA-HQ.com.
There you go.
And then so Archie went away and sort of created his own wiki, but it's about how to be a good player in the game. So this is basically what you can do as your player. Yeah, this is a fantastic educational tool. It really, really is. Archie, if you're still here, I love it. I love this.
Wow, this is great.
Yeah, he's written it at like a 4th grade level, so it's very easy for people to understand. I had my wife and daughters look it over so they could get an idea of why I was spending so much time on the computer. But yeah, I think it's really helpful for people who have no idea about crypto or no idea about the game at all to really get an introduction. So it is a great resource, and Archie did a great job with it.
Yeah, this is great. MAFIA HQ. Yeah, I didn't know this existed actually. So this is very handy. I'll be reading that.
He's got all kinds of little YouTube videos from different Mafia movies and shows and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, he spent a lot of time on it. It's well put together.
Mm-hmm.
And Archie made this, or you guys made it together, or how was this?
Archie. This is it's all Archie's initiative.
Yeah.
Put this together. So basically, whenever some new family members come around, you can say, okay, look at the game wiki to understand the game. But if you want to understand your character and get the best out of what your character can do, look at the MAFIA HQ.
Brilliant. Now this is very useful. Nice. Whose dog?
That's my dog. I'm sorry.
It's not mine. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so since we last spoke, have there been? You mentioned there have been some game developments since we last had the AMA, right?
Well, there's been a lot of updates, right? So the announcement was done that we're going to be launching on Solana and Base Chain.
Yeah,
that's pretty big news. Mixed reactions to the Solana one, I have to say. I've noticed in the chat, a lot of people, basically just because Solana keeps breaking.
Yeah, it's true. Like, it does break a lot. It can't break forever, though. My one concern with that is, of course, spreading thin the liquidity, basically. Because if launch on multi-chain too fast, then of course it will mean that there will be the money won't spread thick enough to cover all 4 chains, right? So I'm guessing Jacob's got a good plan for a rollout so that we manage to keep the momentum going, because going multi-chain too fast can be a hindrance as well.
It can if you want the same people playing the game over on different chains, right? I mean, if, for example, we know that the Pulse chain, we have probably more players, if you like, on the Pulse chain side, but that's really because we're really a Pulse chain community. We're the Hex community, the Pulse chain community. Projects that were built by Jacob were built for Pulse chain specifically, kinda. Yeah. And then the branched into BNB. One of the reasons that we branched BNB with the casino projects was to try and get as many eyes, because obviously Binance Smart Chain at the time, now BNB Chain, has it's these passive income sort of games, projects, protocols. They're absolutely huge, and they got a hell of a lot of people over there. So the idea was get as many of those people and bring them back to the projects that we have on Pulse Chain, right? If we were to go and look at Solana, then we look at how many hundreds of billions that there's going through them on and almost on a daily basis. I want to say, I don't even know the numbers. It's horrendous, the amount of stuff that they're doing. So if we had a family over there, or families over there that were doing their thing, the idea would be bring them back to Pulse Chain. But I don't think we'll be bringing the Pulse Chain people that we have and the BNB people that we have over there, unless they said, okay, well, there's money available on every chain, so I might as well just go and set up a family on all chains. That would be one way to look at it, and I would understand your concern then. Yeah,
it's a good way to look at it, actually. The volume on Solana is just mind blowing sometimes, but then it's all just going to flipping meme coins essentially a lot of the time. I mean, they're not very loyal, the Solana boys. they'll play around for a day or two, then they just drop it and move on to something new. Shiny object syndrome, I think it's called.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so can be tricky, but we'll see. I don't know. There's no date on the rollout though, is there?
No, not just. We don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah, daily volume on Solana 1.7 billion.
Good grief!
With 16 million transactions a day.
Wow, that's not bad. I'm looking here at Base Chain, 24-hour volume on Base Chain, 900 million.
Yeah, that's good as well. Yeah.
Active wallets, 1.4 million. See.
Yeah.
and also don't forget, Jacob has teased us with the idea that if you, for example, Black Thistles on BNB, there will be nothing stopping you from starting a family war with people over on Solana. I'm just going over and taking their assets and bringing them home.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so the idea that you can literally play on all 4 chains. I was actually saying this to Scott today. I was talking to Scott today, and I was telling them that the fact that this is going to be played on 4 chains, and literally you'll be able to play around, you know. And I mean, I think Archie said in the telegrams yesterday, he was like, yeah, just organize, you know, the director just organize a massive raid over on base chain, go over and, you know, start a war, steal all their assets and run home.
Yeah.
Here we go. I just said it and he popped it up. The profile chain jump is an incredible possibility for the future. Yeah, that would be really insane, you know.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to worry also if you had a family over on one of the, you know, on base or on Solana, which is huge. They have, you know, 200 members, and they come over to a small little pulse chain. They could probably do some damage if the families didn't have all their ducks in a row.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Or these, yeah, and the pulse chain guys are also quite like they're bricked in basically, right? They've laid their foundations long ago. So come over at BNB and wreck house.
Just another layer to the onion. Yeah.
Yes, it's an ever-growing onion. Cool.
Hey, we got Moondog in the house. Moondog is one of the members of the Gearheads, who are a family over on Pulse Chain. Welcome, Moondog.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Haven't seen you around for the last couple of weeks. Yeah. So, guys, what are we going to do about this? How do we take next steps with this allegiance? What are your next plans?
We'll just have to get together and see what kind of resources we can share. And I think probably the best thing would be what kind of deals we can make to acquire all the businesses in our respective cities. And
yes,
that's one thing I'm actively working on right now, is trying to work some deals to trade with some other families for businesses. And I've approached Archie, and he's just saying he's going to take everything, and he's not willing to deal, but maybe he'll change his mind at some point.
Okay. Well, I mean, because I mean, I've looked at even in the market, there are some items, but nothing that tickles my fancy really.
Well, I'm actively working on trying to get the shop in Bogota, and I think I can probably get that done, hopefully in the next week or two. We still don't know who Whack-A-Mole and Cornholio are, and I'm still trying to track down who those people are, but they've got either one of them has got the narcotics warehouse in Bogota, which would be very helpful for our smuggling operation. So if Whack-A-Mole or Cornholio is watching this stream, please DM me on Telegram.
The thing about a lot of these business items might have been found by people buying 1 or 2 crates, just trying out the game, and they went, oh yeah, Bullet Factory, or you know, there's something, and then they completely forgot about it, and we're going to have to wait for the game launch to kill them and take their assets.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Whack-A-Mole and Cornholio, is both of them are just independent players. They don't have a family.
Yeah.
And so they're either going to need to join a family, or they're going to need to be very careful once the game launches, because if they're going around with a narcotics factory and no family, there might be some people coming after them.
Yeah, going to get whacked. Yeah. So I'm sure there'll be lots of opportunities like that when we get going with that. So
sure.
I mean, in short term, I think, I'm just going to stick to the plan, buy up a lot of MAFIA, stake some more, hold some more liquid. And I'd like buying keys and opening crates, but right now it seems like owning as many keys as possible for the game launch will be more beneficial possibly than opening a bunch of crates right now, because I'm going to need those keys.
I'm trying to tell Elon that from my experience with my crate addiction in the past, it gets very addictive opening those crates, but after a while you got to decide, I need to hold on to those keys because I could probably get more out of them later. So
yeah, well, land is coming, but let's not forget, right, that there is still inside crates, there is still 47 million MAFIA to be claimed.
Oh, that's a lot of MAFIA as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of MAFIA.
Yeah, you hit that 5 million MAFIA, that's a pretty good payday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what goes towards the vault? So the vault is, of course, people buying keys, will go into the vault, right?
It's 50-50. So if you every purchase of a key, it's like $20, right? $19.99.
Yeah.
So $20. So
Hey, Richie,
10 goes to Team
go
Wallet,
to
and
the
then 10 goes to the vault.
Yeah,
Okay.
go to the vault, Richie. At the top where it shows you the vault. Yeah, go to where it says more. And click on that. Now scroll down just a little. Scroll down just a little bit.
It's happening. It's not letting me.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I was going to say where.
Oh, it's 'cause there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now those are all the things that feed the vault, and so you can see that pink is keys, and you can see with all y'all buying all those keys, how big a spike there's been in that contribution to the vault. And I think that marketplace is not right, because that marketplace was higher than
it was.
Yeah, so
it was, but so I put a post up today when I saw that marketplace, that the blue line, it shot up into the stratosphere, and it was brought to my attention that was a bug, because that was taken into consideration the in-game cash as cash.
okay.
So I removed my messages from the Telegram, but I kept the post on X anyway because the chart looks great.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Well,
it looks great, and it's one post. It'll get lost in the sea of everything anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it's definitely gone up, but I don't think it's at zero, so you know that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's being worked out at the minute.
Yeah, but that and the key sales, I mean, that was all Black Thistle pretty much. I mean, y'all really made a huge impact on that.
And the Warriors are coming out in force.
The Warriors are doing
I know that they've got a few members with some quite deep pockets, and I know that they've been throwing that cash around. So I'm looking forward to finding out a little bit more about their own strategies on Friday.
Warriors are an interesting family because they settled in Medellin, which is our city, that we claimed. So I've got to work with those guys to see how we're going to mutually benefit from being in the same city. Because I think there's some interesting opportunities there to work with another team, and maybe even share some resources. So hopefully we'll be able to explore that as we move forward.
Now, look at that. So we've got a total of 984 active players at the minute. I easily see we're going to break 1,000 within the next week for sure. Yeah, absolutely. 21 crime families, 185 BNB. Actually, the BNB, I'm really happy too. Literally the last 2 weeks, BNB has jumped up. Honestly, it's like nearly 50 BNB in the vault. I think we've had extra in the last couple of weeks. So we're absolutely rocking it, guys. We're going to hit the 500 very, very soon. Hopefully, map update is coming really soon, because that's the one thing that everyone really, really wants. Wants.
I think once we hit 250 BNB, it'll be it'll just go bananas from there. I think. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So if anyone's watching and you're thinking, "Wow, I'd love to play this game," then you can get in touch with any one of us on the stream, and we'll hopefully can point you in the right direction. I know you guys can.
Yeah, always happy to help.
Yeah, exactly. Like 10 days ago, I had no idea how to play this, and I just got a brief but quite in-depth instruction from that AMA that I did, and then just a little bit reading time, some chat and Telegram, and then you kind of piece it all together. And it's a fun game, and if you're looking for something to do with your time that involves cryptocurrency and making money and having fun and strategy, then this is definitely something for you. And so I would suggest you check it out. Financial advice.
Yeah. Financial advice. Have a look.
Yeah, have a look. Really
and as Colt says, you don't have enough BNB Mafia.
You don't have enough. You do not have not financial advice, obviously, because I'm just a guy here on the internet talking about things that I think are cool. This game is really cool. There's over 50 ways to make money in this game, right? And this is real money you can bridge in and out of the game in BNB or Pulse at the minute. It absolutely makes sense to have a look. As Kool-Aid, Crypto Kool-Aid, who is a professional game dev, and he's, hexagon, pulsexagon, all of that. He says when you're being paid to be entertained, you don't have product market fit, you have perfect market fit, and that's exactly what this game is.
Yeah.
Matt says here, will new businesses and other crate items be available after launch, or are we pretty set with the current supply of things? As this game progresses, right, we know that we've got 10 cities. As this game progresses, there's nothing stopping other cities to come on board, all these new things. But don't forget, in the crates now, it's only the business items that are gone. You still have plenty of opportunity to stack up on everything else. OG NFTs, like we said earlier, I envision the price of them going through the roof, because as people are burning them, if they want to keep their Player Plus profile, they're going to have to purchase these off the market. They're going to have to, and it's really limited supply. You can still get keys inside of crates. You can get MAFIA inside of crates. That's even away from all the bullets on health and everything. So there's still a huge opportunity for stuff. Even things on the marketplace, my opinion, are really, really, really underpriced, way, way below what they will be as the game starts to progress. And then obviously land tiles are coming. So get as many keys as you can, because buy lands, because they're not making any more of it.
True. Yeah. I need some keys.
That's it. It's all about keys. Personally, it's not obviously not financial advice, but I can tell you a little strategy that I've been doing is snapping up these OG NFTs. Yeah. Because they're hugely important to the game. Hugely important.
Guaranteed 6 keys, and could be a whole lot more than that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's one little strategy I personally have, is to get as many of these things, because the deals are happening now. The deals are out there now, because people really haven't. I don't think a lot of people have really thought in that. They haven't thought a year down the line when these OG NFTs are getting burnt and they're disappearing.
Yeah. So, for example, there's one OG NFT for 1 NOTI credit on the OTC trade, right? But then I was trying to think, what's the value of 1 NOTI credit, right?
Exactly. How much would you pay to be secure in the fact and to know if someone is going to attack you?
Yeah, true. Quite a lot. Right. Yeah.
I mean, you'd pay pretty much half of your inventory, right? Don't kill my inventory, because don't kill my character, because you're going to take all my stuff. It's kind of important to know that kind of stuff is going to be happening.
Yeah. And no one's selling there's 1 NOTI credit here though, and there's 1 NOTI credit for sale for $29 in the exchange. No, in the market, right? So you could buy the NOTI credit for $29 in the market, and then trade it for an OG NFT in the exchange.
There you go.
Therefore, yeah,
smart,
and then you've got yourself an OG NFT for $29.
Right, so sorry, did you say that was up there right now, Richie?
It was.
I was on stream with Bob and Kool-Aid the other night.
That's right. We were all trying to snap deals. We weren't even talking to each other.
When Jacob started putting up these things for $5 in-game cash, and I missed out on every single one.
I'm gonna try actually. So I bought the NOTI credit. There's actually a couple in the exchange. See if it works. Yeah.
Looking here, Jacob has an OG NFT in auction right now, and the highest bid at the moment is 6.5 million in-game cash, and there's 1 minute left on the bid.
Yeah, he says here view details, because it cannot also. Does that mean it's expired? Expires 5 days and 0 hours. 1 NOTI credit. View details. Cannot accept deal. Oh, maybe I need to refresh. Sorry, try to scoop up things live. It's a bad idea doing things live. Always is.
It is. Listen, guys, we've been going for an hour. Anything else to add? I mean, obviously, like, subscribe, notification bell, t.me/BNB Mafia game if you're interested in the game. If you're watching this on the replay, gang, head over to the marketplace and see all the fun stuff that we just bought.
Yeah. I would suggest anyone who's interested in the game get into the Telegram for BNB Mafia, because it's very active. It will show you exactly what the game's about from the attention that the players are putting towards it, right? It's actually a really bullish Telegram that MAFIA has, in my opinion. It's very active. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh no, you're right. But no, but you're absolutely right. Right. It's if you have any questions at all, jump over into the Telegram. You will see bickering going on, but that's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. It's kind of a kill or be killed game, and and it's still in early access. People are still trying to find their feet. People are still trying to put their strategies into play. So it's going to be like that for a while, right? Yeah. I welcome you guys on with me again. Absolutely in the future, anytime. I'm always here. If you are watching this and you don't know what's happening the next couple of days, on Friday, I'm going to be streaming with Crypto Cuban, with Mike from the Warriors, another new family, and we'll be finding out what his family's doing, because right now they literally just started and they've jumped into like 7th position, so they're gunning for it. So it'll be another interesting chat.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Well, Colt, thank you for everything and all you do to promote the game. And
no
Richie,
problem.
We couldn't be happier to have you. So look forward to doing a little dominating down the road.
Let's forge on forward. Let's get this vault packed. That's my immediate aim. Just fill the vault and get in a great position for launch. And yeah, very happy to partner with the OGs. So,
cool. Well done, guys.
Cool. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Differentware, it's an honor. Got an anonymous tip, boss.
This is it. We stage the heist tonight.
And keep an eye on Kool-Aid. He's been known to water the plants.
Let's keep the plants out of this and focus on the job.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. Keep the change, you filthy animal.